Over the years, Nigeria has been plagued with a plethora of problems bedeviling international trade like the unilateral and arbitrary imposition of high freight rates on cargo on the average of 25 to 30% per annum by ship owners in the maritime domain. The absence of a regulatory agency at Nigeria's seaports to protect the interests of the providers and consumers of the shipping services with economic regulation impoverished Nigeria's economy. The attendant implication was the huge foreign currency outflow from Nigeria, made worse by the outrageously arbitrary freight charges on the carriage of Nigeria's seaborne trade by ship owners cartels in Europe and America collaborating with African blocs. The resultant exploitation in Nigeria's shipping space by the ship owners cartels from the Western world was not dissimilar an experience in any respect to other countries in the developing world, with an unfavorable balance of payment inclining to the advantage of the developed countries. The frighteningly lingering exploitation precipitating the emergence of trade imbalance between the developing and developed countries from shipping at international trade gave rise to conversations which brought into fruition a new maritime world order in 1965 from the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, that is UNCTAD, which recommended the formation of National Shippers Council for developing countries. Oxygen was given to the new maritime world order in 1968 in Delhi, India, with UNCTAD, that is, the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, endorsing the formation of National Shippers Council. Consequently, the Nigerian Shippers Council was established in 1978 by Decree 13 Nang Cap 133 LFN 2004. Today, the Nigerian Shippers Council is vested with the responsibility to protect the interests of providers and consumers of shipping services throughout the transport chain. The Nigerian Shippers Council functions as an economic regulator in Nigeria's maritime domain within the ports. Upon the appointment in 2021 by the Buhari presidency of a new executive secretary and chief executive officer of the Nigerian Shippers Council, that is the NSC, in the person of Right Honorable Emmanuel Leambe Jime, he reiterated the role the Nigerian Shippers Council plays as the anchor point in regulating Nigeria's economy in the maritime domain.
That was at the point at which the current situation of Nigerian Shippers Council and its position as ports economic regulator came into being. And so we can now begin to talk about the functions of the Shippers Council when it assumed, this responsibility of being a port economic regulator. Now, in that wise, the responsibilities and the mandate and the function of the Shippers Council include, amongst many, the streamlining, harmonization and the coordination of cargo clearing processes, in order to eliminate, costly delays and cumbersome cargo clearing procedures.
Interestingly, Right Honorable Emmanuel Leambe Jime, an SY Managing Director of the Nigerian Export Processing Zones Authority, was a member of Nigeria's House of Representatives between 2007 to 2015, where he headed the House Committee on the Federal Capital Territory, that is the FCT. He was also first among equals at Parliament in the Benue State House of Assembly as the Speaker between 1992 and 1993. Without fail, Barrister Jime's captaincy of Nigeria's ship house has left no one in doubt about his competence and capacity to steer the ship house Nigeria clear from stormy waters to safer economic shores in sailing Nigeria's economy home, given his strategic and robust background in economic and political development strategies as the executive secretary of the Nigerian Shippers Council.